I believe that being cringe or being seen as cringe is one of the number one or number two reasons why content creators kill their dreams before they even start. Hi, my name's Jermaine. I'm a mindset coach at Radiant Reflection, where we help content creators get over whatever stucknesses they have so they can show up authentically. Now, before we get into this video, let's go ahead and define what cringe is, and thankfully I have the definition right here. Cringe refers to a feeling of deep embarrassment or awkwardness triggered by someone else's behavior or your own past actions. It often manifests as a physical recoil or an internal wince when witnessing somebody socially clumsily or trying hard. So what does that mean? We see somebody doing something that we would be feeling awkward about or feeling embarrassed about, and we decided to label it cringe. Now, have you ever had an idea for a video and you were like super excited about it, but the more you thought about it, the more you were like, this is too cringy, I don't want to do it. Why? What? Don't do that. Stop that. I used to do that shit all the time. For me, filming out in public in various locations used to be something that I thought was a cringe-worthy experience. I avoided it at all costs. But then I remembered, I do not care what people think about me. I only care about what I think about myself. With that power allows you to do things that you thought once were impossible. For instance, the family and I went to IKEA at the beginning of the year. Was that like January 2nd? I can't even remember, but we went to IKEA and I knew that I was gonna use this as my first experience to get out there, take my camera with me and get some footage of me out in the wild with the family as we were perusing through IKEA as I looked for some shelving for my Lego sets. And let me tell you, nobody gives a fuck about you in public. Everybody is all in their own mind thinking, oh, I shouldn't have worn this shirt, or these shoes are too tight, or I hope nobody smells me, I forgot to take a shower. All these random things that are going through people's heads in public, they don't have time to worry about you. And the ones that do, forget about them. This is what I want you to do. Go out into public, go into public spaces, and don't think about the person who's going to come up to you and ask you what you're doing. They don't exist. Only focus on what you're there to do, and that's to shoot some content, to get some footage for the vlog that you're making. So with that power in mind, I promise you, you're only going to attract what is going to help you get through that video. I was talking to my wife earlier today, and when she first became a therapist, she was single. She didn't have any kids, but she was doing couples therapy, and almost every session, the people in the session would ask her, hey, are you married or you have kids? And she expressed to me, it happened almost every session, and it's because she was hung up on that. She was self-conscious about the fact that she wasn't married and she didn't have kids, and could be perceived as not being able to help somebody because she wasn't in those situations. That is not true. You can help somebody with a mindset issue and not be in that mindset that they're in. Then she told me once she stopped thinking about it, once she just did her job, the questions stopped happening. Now, did they stop happening because she stopped thinking about it, or did they stop happening because word got around and everybody told her, yeah, she's married, or no, she doesn't have any kids, don't worry about it, but she's really good? I'm gonna guess the first one. She stopped putting energy into that, and that scenario that she didn't want to happen stopped showing up in her life once she stopped giving it energy. I feel like everything is like that. Whatever you put your energy into, that's what's going to show up for you in your life. So for me, I don't want to feel cringy when I'm making videos, so I refuse to allow myself to stop doing something because I felt a hint of cringe. Now, fuck that. If I feel cringy when I'm about to do a video idea that I came up with, that I was excited about before, I'm pushing forward, pushing through the cringe and getting that content out. The more you do that, the less cringy things feel. So like I said, we went to IKEA. I got a bunch of footage. I still haven't cut that vlog yet, but I'll splice in some random scenes from that footage. It was a fun time. Today, I went to Costco and did the same experiment. I just wanted to do a day in the life vlog. I was getting some materials or some supplies for this upcoming part 2 snowstorm. And I was like, you know what? I got to get to Costco. I'm gonna bring my camera with me and I'm going to film myself going through the store, putting the camera in various locations. And I gotta tell you, that shit was fun as hell. It was like I was a little spy and I was trying to like sneak in and record some footage, but I was only recording myself. It was so much fun. Nobody gave a fuck. Nobody asked me what I was doing. Nobody asked me, hey, are you recording something? I was talking to myself out loud. It was perfect because why? Everybody is in their own little world. So if you take one thing from this video, I want you to take this. If you have a hint of cringe creeping up when you're thinking about doing an idea, push through that shit. Go ahead, forward with your idea and see what happens at the end. The reasons why our subconscious mind makes us feel like cringe is a bad thing is because we don't want to be socially awkward or embarrassed in front of people, because back in the day, if you weren't part of the group, you were gonna die because we lived in the wilderness and there were fucking large beasts out there that wanted to kill you. So you had to stay with the pack in order to feel safe. We are no longer in those times. We don't need to worry about being embarrassed in order to keep ourselves alive. We can embarrass ourselves, we can feel awkward, we can say the wrong thing, and nothing, no harm is gonna come against us. If you get that into your mind, I promise you, creating content not only becomes fun, but it becomes a lot more easier because there is one less thing stopping you from reaching your goal. So let's do this. If you have something in the past that you were trying to get off the ground, but you stopped yourself because it was cringy, please leave me a comment below. I would love to know what it is. And if you need help pushing past that cringe, hit me up. Rating and reflection, book a session, and I will help you get to the point where you're showing up authentically and no longer worrying about if you're showing up as cringe or if you don't know all the information. You know, all in due time, the people who are supposed to see your content will see your content, and the one who don't fuck with it, you can ignore them because they're not part of your tribe. I can't believe I just said that. Anyways, thank you for watching. Again, I'm Jermaine. I want you to chase cringe for the rest of this year and let me know what your results are. Other than that, as always, protect your mental, keep creating content, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.